Hey, congratulations to UCLA. They played a great game, and we fought back, got in a hole, and fought hard. And 5 minutes to go, we gave up some crucial threes and turned the ball over. But I was really proud of our young ladies for not, they could have thrown in the towel the first quarter, and they fought. And we talk a lot about the fight that we have, and really proud of them to come back and compete and play as hard as they did throughout the game.
Now open it up for questions for student athletes. Please raise your hand and we'll get a microphone to you. Start in the middle, second row.
For the players, it's certainly unusual for Tennessee to be out the first round. What's the feeling, and does it hurt a little bit more since you erased the 17-point deficit and came so close to winning this game?
I would say it hurts, but it just shows that we just have such a great fight because we did come back, we did fought hard, we just had a little bit of mental mistakes that we had to clean up over the summer, but other than that, I just say that we're a great team and I have great teammates and we just gotta come back for next year.
We're going to go to the third row on the aisle.
How were you guys able to close that 17-point gap? You guys went in the third quarter. You guys went on a 9-0 run.
We closed that gap just by our defensive rebounding. We knew that we had to rebound, so our thing was just to box out every play like we practiced. We didn't do that in like the first 3 minutes, but once we got that and we just fixed it, we went our run.
Come to the front left.
Collins, could you take us through your freshman year, give us some of your pluses, your minuses, how did it go for you, what did you learn, how trying was it?
I would say it was a roller coaster just being as a freshman. I would just say that I never gave up. I always worked hard in the gym and I always looked for my teammates for help because I am the freshman. I don't know what's going on, so I look for my teammates most. And I just got in the gym, I just worked hard. But it's just my thing is just fighting and just coming in and just doing my job and do what needs to be done.
Additional questions for the student athletes? We'll go to the back.
What was it about that first quarter? Was it just pregame jitters that kind of got you out of your game, or what happened from your perspective?
I think, just like maybe you said, we just wasn't consistently rebounding on our defensive end. They were able to get some offensive rebounds and putbacks, easy shots that I feel like anybody can make. And we just got to keep consistent on the defensive end. They got a few easy drives to the basket and a lot of points in the paint in the first half. So I think when we were able to minimize those defensive mistakes, then that's when we started to come back.
Any additional questions for the student athletes? Okay, come to the front.
Cassie's new career high for you today, and the first time that you scored a double figures since November. Can you just describe what it felt like to get back in the flow of that game, although your season's over today, what that kind of gives you going into the summer?
It felt good. I was just trying to be out there, be a presence in the paint, capitalize on that. I'm the tallest person, biggest person out there. So, this battle, I know my teammates need rebounds, capitalize on the things that you needed to get done. I try to do. This gives me confidence. It gives me, I never gave up during the season. I had a little doubt with my injury, but after that, I stay positive. I'm going to keep staying positive because this team has big things ahead. So we're going to work hard, get in the gym. And,
Keep it in the front.
Davis, talk about that 2-3 matchup that kind of got you guys back in the game. What was its impact? Is that something that you normally run, and was that the best you run it this year?
Well, I think our 2-3 most of the time is very effective as long as we're communicating. I think today we were exceptional with communication, especially in the second half. We were able to know where cutters were. We were bumping each other off soon. And again, the communication was big for us. We were all in the stands. And even though we were in a zone, it's still about one-on-one defense. So I think we were able to do that well in the second half.
Keep it here in the front.
I know it's hard to kind of put the season in perspective considering we're just ending it right now, What do you think individually is the main thing that you need to work on for the summer? Where do you need to come back with that?
For me, I would say my defense, because that was my struggle the whole entire season, and that's what I've been working on. That's like what I need to do, so I'm gonna keep working on my defense because, as you can see, the SEC and the NCAA is no joke. So I just gotta come out and play defense.
I'd say defense, for all of us, just working on that, communication, less turnovers, being on the same page. Even like you saw today, our little run that we went on, we have to be that Tennessee team consistently. We can't have a little spark that has to be full 40 minutes of Tennessee basketball.
For me, I would just say just continue to grow as a leader on this team. I think this year being a sophomore, I was, put out to be a leader, which a lot of us was as younger players. But I mean, I feel like we can do it. We're very capable of doing so. I just think, with me, I just have to continue to be consistent, from a leadership standpoint on this team.
Any additional questions for student athletes? Ladies, you're dismissed.
Thank you.
We'll now open it up to questions for Coach Worley. Remember, please raise your hand. We'll get your microphone. Start on the right side aisle.
Coach, one and done is so unusual for Tennessee. Is this, how do you look at it? Does it sting a little more, or is this just the new Tennessee program? I mean, you look at the history of the program.
Well, this isn't the first time we've lost in the first round. So, look, any loss that puts you out of the tournament stings. So we had our opportunities and we didn't capitalize on them. And yeah, but losing doesn't. I don't care if you lose an hour later. It doesn't feel real good.
We'll go to the back.
Holly, if you could talk about two seniors, Mimi Jackson and Sheridan Green, and what they've meant to this program over the course of the last 4/5 years.
Sure. Mimi's opportunity to play the last 2 years have been really solid. She played behind a lot of people her freshman and sophomore year. She was thrown into the starting lineup, and she's never been in that kind of leadership role. I thought she did a great job. The games where she played solid defense, we won a lot of basketball games. I thought she competed today, played her heart out. Sheridan Green came in with an injury, and this year was, I thought, by far her best year. Aggressive, rebounds outside her area. She developed her offensive game. So we don't do what we do without those two young ladies.
We're going to come up right here to the front.
Coach, obviously it's been a trialing season, and I know there's been a lot of speculation about your future. Is this
Yep.
something you've considered, and have you thought about this end, and also what your legacy is and what this program has meant to you?
Well, I don't, it's out of my control.
Yeah.
So I've been a part of this program. I love this program. I love what it stands for. Our administration is, when you have administration that steps up and treats women equally to men, it's special, and that's what Tennessee does. Do I want to continue coaching? Absolutely. But if it needs to go in a different direction, that's not up to me.
We'll come right up here to the front.
Coach, how do you manage the freshman year of a talented player like Collins? How do you throw her into the fire? Do you bring her along slowly? How do you manage and get the product that you have now?
Well, Mimi was, what held her back early was her defense, and she thought she should be playing more. I get that, every freshman does, but it was a process for her, and I will tell you this, she got in the gym, worked on her defense, she worked on her offensive skills, and she was rewarded for that, and she's helped us win some big games, and I was really proud of her that she wasn't given a starting position, she earned it. And as long as I've been in Tennessee for 34 years, assistant head coach, we've always had a freshman that finds a way to start. Don't promise freshmen they're gonna play, gonna start, but they find a way to do that. And Mimi, down the course of the season, she found a way.
Keep it up here in the front.
Coach, I thought you had a lot of great things to say yesterday about earning everything you get and
Yeah.
some of the plans that you said we're gonna go back to the basics this
Yeah.
summer. Could you share a little more insight into that about how you envision
Sure.
getting this team back to that competitive edge that you want?
Well, for us, it's just consistency. Renee is right, we hadn't had consistent leadership because we are young, and now we're not young anymore. We just gotta consistently work hard. There's days when our practices have been very competitive, they've worked hard, but we haven't carried over into the game. So I think for us, just everything consistent in what we do. And we've got to go back to, we've got to change, we've got to understand we got to change our culture. And that is that you go back to Tennessee teams that play hard, they work hard, they put in the time, they put in extra time. And as we all know, there is parity in women's basketball now. So putting on a jersey doesn't guarantee that you're gonna play in the tournament nor play for a championship. And that's on you. You gotta bring it along. And we're gonna put you out there, but you gotta do the extra work. Being in practice right now isn't enough. It's just not enough. You've gotta put in that time, just like Mimi Collins did. You know you've put it all out there and you're ready to go.
We'll go to the back.
I think you may have touched on this a little with consistency, but this game really similar to that SEC game against Mississippi State in the tournament, where you guys played 30 really solid minutes of basketball, but it's that 110 that you couldn't do.
Yeah. Well, we dug ourselves in a hole and we got down 17, but we kept fighting, and that's how this team does. And we pulled ahead and we gave up 2 threes in a row and had 2 turnovers, so it separated us. But we just tried to stay positive with these young ladies and try to make sure they know that we're in the game. And we were 13 for 25 from the free throw line. You're not gonna win a lot of games doing that. And it's been our MO. The games that we've lost, we've hadn't shot well from the free throw line and we've turned the ball over. So we got to continue to clean that up. And if you don't make your free throws, you got to be exceptional in other areas. You got to get great stops. You can't give them second chance points. And we just couldn't put 40 minutes together today.
Come back up here to the front.
Coach, I think everybody in this room, everybody that's going to watch this understands the passion and commitment that you've had to this Tennessee program for nearly 40 years. If the university does decide to go in a different direction, how would you like your legacy to be remembered?
Well, I was part of this program. I played here. I obviously coached with Pat Summit and head coach, and just my passion for the program and passion for the game. I mean, I think it's a great game. I think if I had a daughter, I'd send my daughter, whether I'm coaching or not, I'd send her to the University of Tennessee because they care about women. They care about women. And that's what you want. You want a woman to have that opportunity to be successful, and that's where you need to go.